Hello again. Here we are with the second part. ሁለተኛው ፓርት እንግዲህ ይሄ ነው። ሞዴል ኤግዛም ግሬድ 12 ሞዴል ኤግዛም for SOS sent from Jim. Let's go for 51. Question 51. Which of the following is an example of applied science? Physics, chemistry, biology, and agriculture. It's very simple. Agriculture is the answer, of course. Then, question number 53. What is the term for the female reproductive part of the flower? It's very simple, trivial question. Again, it is carpel or pistil. Of course, another name. 54. Which of the following is a characteristics of monocot plants? Monocot plants, presence of two cotyledon, no parallel leaf venation. The answer definitely this one, of course, because the others are not answers as you observe. Taproot system is for dicots. Vascular tissue arranged in a ring for dicots. For monocots, parallel leaf venation, generally speaking. 55. Which is the term for severe emotional and physical reaction that occurs after sudden stopping of illegal drug use? Illegal drug use, that is withdrawal syndrome or symptom. Question number 56. Which of the following molecule is the universal energy currency or of all cells? ATP, adenosine triphosphate, that is C. Question number 57. Which of the following process is an example of catabolism breaking down? Glycolysis is catabolic process. Number 58. Which of the following is known as the powerhouse of the cell? That's mitochondria. It's very simple, trivial, really. Question number 59. Which term represents the process where water flows from high concentration to low concentration across semi-permeable? Osmosis is the answer. Question number 60. What is the primary process in nitrogen cycle that converts atmospheric nitrogen into a usable form for nitrogen fixation? That is nitrogen fixation. The answer is this one. 61. Which type of symbiotic relationship benefits one organism while the other is neither benefit nor harmed? That is commensalism. That is A. 62. Which of the following sugars is a non-reducing sugar? If there is sucrose here, fructose, maltose, this is non-disaccharide, non-reducing, of course. 63. A patient presents with symptoms like fatigue, joint pain, and bleeding of the gums. After evaluation, the doctor suspects the vitamin deficiency. Which deficiency disease is identified by the doctor? That is C. Scurvy. Number 64. Question 64. C4 photosynthesis is most efficient under the following conditions. It says low carbon dioxide concentration, high light intensity, low temperature. Of course, low carbon dioxide concentration. What is the term that refers to all parts of the earth where living things are found? Biosphere. And 66. Which of the following structure is missing in prokaryotic cell? Of course, nuclear membrane. 67. In which of the following types of cellular transportation across the cell membrane do substances move against their concentration gradient? When it is active transport, of course, require energy. Which of the following is largely made up of phospholipids? That is the cell membrane. Cell membrane is largely composed of phospholipids. Which of the following statement is in agreement with the modern cell theory? Cells come from nothing, cells come from non-living material, cells come from existing cells. This is a relation. The answer. 70. Demographic transition is a model that seeks to explain the transformation of countries from having high birth and low death rates to low birth and high death rate. No, high birth rate and death rates to low birth rate, and this is the answer to demographic transition when a population converts from high birth rate and high death rates into low birth rate and low death rates. The answer is B. Question 71. The genotype of a husband and wife are AB and A. how many different genotypes and phenotypes are possible in their children? In this case, it is ABO blood grouping system. Therefore, if the woman gives A and A is possible. A and O, A is possible, heterozygous or homozygous A. And when B is given to A, the AB is possible. Then, therefore, blood type A is possible, blood type AB is possible, and blood type B is 3 types. Genotypes. What has been asked is, sorry, the genotypes of how many different genotypes and phenotypes are possible in their children. Genotypes. A-O, A-B, and B-O, 4 genotypes, and 3 phenotypes, 3 blood types. Therefore, 4 genotypes and 3 phenotypes. The answer is B, I think, yeah. If a cell contains 10 NADH and 20 FADH2 molecules, a total of how many ATP molecules would it produce from them? Therefore, each NADH is considered to give 3. 10 times 3, 30. Each FADH gives 2. 20 times 2, 40. 40 plus 30, 70. The answer is 70 ATP. 73. If a cell having 2n80 chromosomes divides by meiosis, how many chromosomes are expected in the daughter cells? That is half of 80, 40. The answer is 40. Question number 74. Which of the following stages of respiration occur in the cytoplasm? Of course, glycolysis. Question number 75. The phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 93331. F2. The phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross in the F2 should be. Question number 76. Which of the following is showing exponential growth of population? 10, 20, 40, 10, 25. Therefore, it's a matter of multiplication by common ratio. That means if you multiply this by 2 each, 10 times 2, 20, 20 times 2, 40, 40 times 2, 80, 80 times 2, exponential growth of population. 5. Therefore, the answer is this one. Question number 77. Which of the following happens in both cyclic and non-cyclic phosphorylation? Formation of ATP is common for both. Question number 78. In which part of chloroplast does light-dependent reaction of photosynthesis? Thylakoid membrane, of course. 79. Which of the following is true about camplants? Carbon dioxide fixation occurs in bundles. No. Photorespiration occurs during high light intensity. No. The chloroplast of bundle sheath cell lack thylakoids. Carbon dioxide harvested during the night time. This is the correct answer. They take in carbon dioxide and store it in the form of malic acid in their huge vacuole. 80. From the following parts of a cell listed below, which one is common to plant and animal cells and bacterial cells? To plant, animal, and bacterial cell. Cell membrane, mitochondria, cell wall, nucleus. Of course, it is a cell membrane. Every cell will have cell membrane. And question number 81. The process of meiosis begins with diploid cell, ends with diploid cell. No. Haploid cell, no. Begins with diploid cell, ends with haploid cells. C is the answer. Question number 82 is based on this diagram. The main photosynthetic tissue is indicated by letter, I think, letter P. The palisade. The smartest cell for photosynthesis. This is food chain, of course. The question is based on this. Which organism population would most likely decrease soon after the number of mice greatly increased? If we increase number of mice greatly, the plants will be increased. Which organism population would most likely decrease plant population? the plant population? The answer is this one. Question number 84. Which of the following hormone stimulates the absorption of water and control the loss of water through urine? ADH, antidiuretic hormone, or vasopressin. They also call it vasopressin. 85. Which of the following biological knowledge areas provides a cost-effective, long-term and sustainable strategy for combating hidden hunger? Which one? Bioremediation, biodegradation, biofortification, bioaccumulation. Of course, biofortification is when you add some nutrition to your food. This is a solution, of course. 86. What is the primary purpose of malting barley in beer production? Not clearly. Malting to increase the alcohol content, to improve the color of the beer. Malting to increase the concentration to start digesting enzymes. Of course, the answer is to activate, not to increase. Of course, it has some errors here. Of course, the answer is more related to this. Not to increase the concentration of stuff, to activate the enzymes there. Which of the following is not a characteristic of virus? They can replicate on their own. They contain either DNA. They are acellular. The answer is they can't replicate or multiply on their own. The answer is. So 88. What does the germ theory of disease mainly state? Diseases are caused by imbalance in body? No. Diseases are caused by microorganisms? The answer is, of course, germ theory of disease is B. Okay. Question number 89. In a wildlife sanctuary, an ornithologist, bird biologist, captures and marks 200 birds, then releases them back into the wild in the first week. After 2 weeks, they capture, of course, the ornithologist captures a sample of 250 birds and finding that 50 of these are marked. What is the estimated total population of birds in the sanctuary? This is one way to estimate population size, which is known as capture-recapture method of population size, estimation of population size. We can do this question. Just let me, of course, the alternatives given are 1,800, 1,200, and 750. And we can do this question just like this by using the, as I've told you earlier, capture-recapture method, estimate population. That is population. Estimated population is given by the letter capital N. Therefore, by using letter capital M, small n, and small m. Capital M stands for the first number of population of the first captured. Small n, the number of populations captured for the second time, and small m is from the number of population captured in the second time that are recaptured. In our case, first captured, capital M is 200, second captured, small n is 250, and out of these 250, 50 are what? Recaptured ones in the second time. Therefore, this is the way you do the formula is this one. Capital N, the estimated population, capital M times N. Capital M is the first captured, small n is the second time captured, divided by M, the recaptured, number of recaptured. As I've told you, these are descriptions for these symbols. And so, in our case, n is equal to 200 times 250 over 50, that's 100. Therefore, which is the answer? The answer is choice A. Amber, just choice A. Am I clear? I'm sure this is very simple. One way of estimating population. And thank you. Thank you. Question number 90. Which of the following statement is true about saturated fatty acids? Saturated fatty acids, they have low melting points. They are liquid at room temperature. They contain single bonds between carbon atoms. They are usually found in plant oils. Which of the following statements is true about saturated? When they are saturated, they contain single bonds between carbon atoms. Yes. They are solid at room temperature. They have high melting point, not low. They are usually found in plant, no, animal. The answer is correct one is this one. What are normal microbiota? These are microorganisms that are living in and on our body surface. Inhabit different parts of the human body and contribute to health. Let us take it. Yes, they contribute to health, of course. Question number 92. What are bacteriophages? These are viruses that multiply inside bacteria. Question number 93. Which term describes rod-shaped bacteria? Bacillus. Bacillus is the answer. 94. If the following diagram represents carbon cycle, which of the following terms can correctly replace letters A, B, C, D, respectively? A. Animals. A. Respiration. B. Plants. Feeding. C. Photosynthesis. D. Fossil fuels. This is combustion, of course. Therefore, respiration the first. Yes, A is respiration. The answer is this one. Feeding, photosynthesis, combustion. This is the answer, of course. Which of the following animal is homeothermic, that means with constant body temperature? Of course, this is mammals and birds. 96. What is the key characteristic of a responsible global citizen? Avoiding social, environmental, ignoring local issues, actively participating in global issues. That is the answer, of course. 97. Which environmental factor is not basic for seed germination? This is, in this case, it is soil. 98. Which hormone is known for its role in fruit ripening? That is, this one is ethylene. Ethylene is very important for fruit ripening. 99. Which of the following statement best describes the flow of genetic information according to the central dogma? That means from DNA to RNA and protein. That is, A is the answer. And the last, according to the following aquatic food chain, which organism contains the highest energy and biomass? Clear. Highest energy. As we move from producers to consumers, the last consumer, the amount of energy decreases. Biomass also decreases. In this case, the highest biomass is found in the algae community. Thank you very much. I'm done. I will see you by another video from this grade level. Bye-bye. Just check your answers in your paper. The paper is with you. And you can give me your own evaluation just in the class. Bye-bye.